Well, now for you this morning, home buyers and sellers should be aware of a potential danger that's in about 20% of our homes currently for sale. And ignoring this defect could cost you thousands to correct, could even prevent that sale from going through. To talk about this hidden danger, Week News real estate expert Denny Grimes from Denny Grimes Company at Keller Williams Realty here with us this morning. This is a big problem. If it's in about 20% of the homes that are for sale now, you need to be aware on either end if you've got it.
Yeah, there's some danger lurking inside the walls, and I'm not talking about termites, mold, or Chinese drywall.
Or other problems.
This is another one. This is a polybutylene piping. And it's caused a problem because its fittings have been known to fail, and it's caused millions and millions of dollars of insurance claims over the years. And the reason it's becoming a problem now is insurance companies are saying, you know what, if your house has poly, we're not going to insure it, and that is problematic for sellers and buyers.
And you have examples of what the polybutylene looks like and how you could identify it. What should we be looking for?
Well, yeah, sure. I brought some photos, and basically, sellers, if you have a homeowner, they should go and check their home out right now. And typically, if they see a gray pipe with some lettering on it, like this right here, this is the biggest problem right now. Homes built somewhere in that mid-70s, mid-90 range. So if your plumbing looks like this, you should probably have it checked out because see all the fittings. And every polybutylene pipe generally has a PB on it, so it'll be labeled if you can find it. So that's a problematic. If you're buying a home and you see plumbing like that, beware. The second type of plumbing, now what they did is they fixed that problem, and they went with seamless polybutylene, which was supposed to be the latest and greatest method. And so it goes into kind of maybe a manifold or maniblock system, and everything's a home run. There's no joints, and so that is not as problematic. Many homes built in that time frame have that upgrade.
Okay.
The problem is it's still polybutylene. And insurance companies call that poly, and so that could be problematic for a buyer getting homeowners insurance. And the latest technology is what they call PEX. And so it can come in several different colors. Typically poly is gray. And so if your plumbing looks like the next photo in PEX, you'll see that that's probably going to be okay. So I've got some tips for, there you go.
There's the PEX.
There's the PEX. So that's good. There's no problem there. So the tips for sellers right now, if you're going to think about selling your house or it's on the market now, you know, don't pass go. Go and see what your plumbing is. And if you don't know, have somebody inspect it, because you want to know if there's going to be a potential problem at closing or an expense. You want to know earlier versus later.
What else should you do?
Well, then I would talk to your insurance carrier and get a quote on it, correcting it if you have poly, and then find out if an insurance company will cover you. Sellers, I just don't want sellers to be fooled or tricked into the fact that there's some sort of law out there that says they have to change it, because they don't.
All right, now if you're buying, you need to be getting that inspection to find out in advance of the purchase.
Right, if you're looking at buying a home somewhere between that 70 to 90 range, you should already be aware that most likely poly is going to be there. So have the home inspected, or more certainly, look at the home when you're walking through it. Look at the plumbing to see if you can see the gray piping, and put a contingency in the contract. Certainly get a professional home inspection, and then talk to your insurance carrier to find out if your insurance carrier will insure it and if they charge a premium because of it.
Now, is this kind of thing simple enough where you can look under the bathroom and the kitchen sink, or do you need to get a little more involved in that?
Yes and no. It's not always that simple. However, that's probably the first thing you should do, because the cost of remedy for the average house runs between $4,000 and $7,000 in expense. Nobody really wants at the last minute at closing.
Sure not.
Last word for the buyers: if we find that the home has it, get a credit from the seller, and the buyer should fix it after closing.